You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st?
I think it's because you're a fucking bitch. It's a really interesting video that you made. You're essentially shaming this couple for the things that they chose to use their SNAP benefits on, and you show them doing their grocery haul.
Here's why.
Some grocery shop because it go by faster. One of you. This what I pick, and this what he picked.
And then you go on to say this.
What? How about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables.
But what's funny is that in that video, they did buy those things.
Stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables.
I mean, they bought everything. They bought everything that you said they should get. And yet, how weird, it somehow didn't make it into your video. Why would you choose to edit those things out of your video? So what's really your problem? I'm gonna take a wild guess. Because the only people that you're featuring in your videos regarding the SNAP benefits and food stamps are people that look like this, and like this. Only Black people. That's very interesting, especially when you consider it, as I'm sure you know, over 35% of participants in the SNAP and, food stamp program are white, more than any other racial demographic. So interesting how selective you are about the choices you make in the videos you create.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Nope, nobody gives a shit. You want to know why? Because you are speaking from a place of privilege.
Stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
I'm just curious. How much do you think fresh meat and vegetables and fruit every week for a month would cost?
November 1st? Here's why.
If the purpose is for them not to starve, whatever they eat, they're eating. Long as they're not starving. Who are you to tell people what they can and cannot eat?
Stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Y'all are killing me. Another privileged, heartless white woman complaining that the couple spent too much money on snacks, intentionally leaving out the fact that they bought bread, milk, meat, juice, and eggs. The fuck? You probably buy the same snacks for your kids all the fucking time. What makes you so much better than someone else just because you have more money than they do?
Here's why.
I want to know why sad white old bitches on this app are so worried about what other people spend SNAP on. They already qualify for SNAP benefits. They already qualify because they're low income, and processed heavily foods, those are the cheapest, so the SNAP dollars go farther. Why are you on Dolly Parton's internet worried about other people and what they spend their qualified income SNAP benefits on?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Alright, today's episode is from another MAGA bigot actually trying to, act tough and too smart, coming online and bashing a family for using food stamp money or SNAP benefits on food, all because she actually claims it's junk food. Well, did you actually do your research? What you're calling junk food is actually what gets them through the month. And the funny thing is that she did all this trying to bash this couple of buying junk food, yet she cut the part where, they did actually buy some meat and eggs as she was suggesting. This shows you how she's trying to push a narrative of her own that is actually very negative against people who are SNAP users and food stamp users, because these are people in need. This is a time where the government has actually shut down and SNAP benefits and food stamps are actually, going to run out of money by 1st November, and a lot of people are freaking out. And this lady comes here trying to mock and bash this couple for using food stamp money on food because you claim it's taxpayers' money and shouldn't be buying junk food. How many times do you actually buy junk food for your kids? People on food stamps do have kids also. But let's check out this video, guys. We did another episode like this one, a while ago. If you want to check that out, you can actually find it in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's take a look. I'll be back with more commentary after this.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Come grocery shop with us. Go by faster. One of you. This what I pick, and this what he picked.
I tell you what, how about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos. The goal here is to keep you from starving because taxpayers do not need to bankroll your junk food pantry or your health problems. November 1st, here's why.
Because you're a bad person. That's why. You have no problem with veterans and the elderly losing their food stamps because some people buy junk food. You would rather let children starve because some people get Doritos. This isn't a difference of politics. This is a difference of morals. For a group of people who claim to be Christian, who are also cheering on people starving and getting disappeared. You guys watch families being separated and people being torn apart and you cheer it on. You will do everything antithetical, you can look the word up, to Christ's teachings. There's a reason Trump isn't getting into heaven and you're cheering.
So I'm just going to say what everyone is thinking. I don't care that you're losing your food stamps. I don't care that you're losing your free medical. I don't care that you are losing your free housing. Now y'all are just getting a taste of what every other person is going through. I should not have to pay to feed you and your 9 children. I'll be the selfish one. My kid comes first in my eyes, not you. I'm going to give you a prime example of how broken this freaking system is. My son was in a very, very severe motorcycle accident involving a tow truck. We were in the hospital for almost a month. As a single mom with no support, and before any of you come at me about the single mom thing, no, I didn't expect myself to be a single mother, but you know what? Shit happens. Being a single mother with no freaking support, that is a month, actually over a month of lost wages over something that was completely out of our control. I was told by case management in the hospital, hey, the only way that your city is going to offer you any type of assistance is if you have an eviction notice. The only way that you're going to get help paying your bills because of these lost wages, because of an emergent situation, is if you have a shutoff notice. This is how broken the system is. I work over 40 hours a week. And you're telling me that I'm paying into a system that I cannot benefit from? But you want to come on the internet and bitch and complain about losing your free benefits that you've probably been on for 10 plus years on a brand new phone? We are sick of it. We're done. We're sick of it. We don't feel sorry for you at all. Because now you're just getting a small taste of what all of us have been going through for years. So here's an idea. Instead of continuing to pop out children that you cannot afford, get a condom and a job. Because the average American is sick of supporting you.
You want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Nope, nobody gives a shit. You want to know why? Because you are speaking from a place of privilege, and if you don't think so, the words in which you use and how you're saying them, it's definitely from a place of privilege, because the amount of people that use food stamps don't buy junk food. And the reason I know this is because I work in a grocery store. I work there 40 hours a week, and guess what? I also use food stamps because I don't make enough money here in California to live. Weird, huh? Yeah, but also the idea that you're totally for this, you're also for the destruction of the economy. And the reason that I say that is if you do not have people coming in and using said food stamps in the grocery stores and things like that, you want to know what they do? They cut our hours. Because if there is not enough profit happening in the store, they are going to cut the hours of the workers that are there because it is not profitable for that fucking employee to be there during the time that they are seeing low profits. So it not only hits me once, it hits me twice. But you're okay with that, because God forbid I work 40 hours to provide for my family. You know? Yeah, it's a weird take. Your comment section is not what you thought it was going to be, was it? Yeah, a little weird. And the whole idea that your tax dollars, maybe look at your income, your specific income, and see where you land on the top income earners. You will find you're in the bottom rung. Okay? And when you're in the bottom rung, that means that you provide pennies to the food stamps program. If you do your research, you would know that. And if you knew how the economy worked, you would also know that your little pittance of pennies to the food stamp program is not as much as you think it is. So at the end of the day, I don't care that you aren't bothered by it. I care at the fact that there is going to be so many people stressed out, worried, and frightened because they can't feed their families, their grandparents, their mothers, their fathers, the workers. There's a lot of people that use food stamps. But because you think that they all buy junk food, fuck them, right? Have the day you deserve.
Or your health problems.
Did you not see how things ended for Latasha after she posted a similar hot take? She was dragged on the internet, and she lost her job. And you know, your take isn't a whole lot different than hers, other than you're not chewing on burnt peanut butter toast like a cow. I'm a taxpayer too, and my taxpayer dollars go to things that I'm not particularly happy about. I don't like knowing that I'm contributing to Trump's golf trips. I am definitely not on board with any of my hard-earned money funding the building of detention centers where they are housing illegally detained humans in deplorable conditions. I'm not thrilled about bailing out other countries when our country is in an economic crisis. And I'm actually pretty pissed if I have to pay even a dime towards his disgusting ballroom. And I don't care how much he insists taxpayer dollars aren't going to pay for that. He's the most documented liar on the planet, probably in all of history. Why should I believe him about that? But you know what I don't mind my taxes going to? Any programs that help people get food so that they don't have to suffer. Whether that suffering is that they're literally starving or just that they don't get to eat the foods that they like. They only get to purchase what people like you determine is appropriate for them to consume. And that is an example of compassion, empathy, and humanity. I hope you can find at least a little of one of those things. I don't know how you ended up on my FYP. You are definitely not group 7.
So I'm just going to say what everyone is thinking. I don't care that you're losing your food stamps.
No, you're certainly not saying what most people are thinking. Because most people are thinking how awful this is. People aren't going to be able to feed their children. Seniors who can't work aren't going to be able to buy food. Veterans, disabled people. But you don't care because it's all about you, isn't it? Well, newsflash, lady. When you come on the internet and say some of the shit that you just spouted, man, you're in for a ride. Hang on tight and maybe get used to standing in line at the food bank. Have the day you deserve, you heartless bitch.
November 1st, here's why.
Look, you weird ass person. Nobody asks you shit. Stay the fuck out of other people's pockets and other people's business. Go find you some business that pays you. You know what makes me so angry is that y'all come on this internet and y'all bashing people for spending food stamp money on food. It don't matter if it's processed or not. Y'all upset that they're spending food stamp money on food. Y'all want them to buy the food that y'all approve of because y'all it's the taxpayers' money. These people who paying for food with food stamps, 9 times out of 10 their asses work a minimum wage ass job. So clearly they're paying food with their taxpaying money as well. Am I the only one that get this shit? Like, am I the only smart person in the room? Make common what ain't common. Like, make it make sense to me. They're spending money on food, right? food. They get $400. She used a clip. She used a clip of a couple that's using food stamps to go buy food. They went to the store and they bought all this food. It may not be the food that you eat, but it's the food that they eat. So they figured out a way to make their $400 spread. You don't know how many fucking kids they got. You don't know how many mouths they got to feed. But then all you know is that they spent over $300 in the grocery store and probably walked out there with less bags than we used to walk out with back in the day. Back in the day, $300 got us 2.5 cart full of food. $300 don't run shit now. So y'all mad because they're using food stamp money to buy food. But you think that they should get approved food, approved meat, approved pantry items. Bitch, who the fuck are you? What kind of shit is this? And it be your people, no offense, but your fucking Republican ass people. I ain't talking about color. I'm talking about the party that y'all looking at. It be y'all motherfuckers out here standing in the damn food stamp line waiting on that food. Waiting in the pantry line trying to get that last box. Because y'all ass is sitting around here acting like y'all too good to get something that the government is trying to help y'all fucking get. But you know what? I do not care. I do not care. I don't know if you a furloughed employee with too much fucking time on your hands. Clearly you are. But I need you to go find some business. Go do DoorDash. Go do something. Go figure it out. Go do something with your life. Your life is just miserable.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, these women have been put in their own places. These people are trying to come on the internet, trying to bash and make people who are using food stamps look bad. You know, what is so bad with being in need? Because everybody is in need, and she's actually talking from a perspective or a point of privilege. Just because you're privileged to actually afford your food, it doesn't mean that other people who are struggling do not have the right to actually get these food stamps and SNAP benefits. She's trying so hard to make them look bad because they bought some junk food. But the funny thing is that she actually edited the part out where they actually bought some meat and eggs, the things that she was actually suggesting that people should be buying. The thing is, these are human beings too. They probably have kids also. And just as you like taking care of your own kids and buying them some junk food, the same thing happens. They are normal human beings. They are trying to buy something, some candies, some biscuits, something that's gonna make their kids happy. And this is normal for everybody. And even if they actually bought junk food, as you were saying, it is still food. It is the cheapest form of food that they can actually buy to push this food stamp money actually for the whole month. Because if they actually wanted to buy healthy food, it wouldn't even go past 1 week. And that's exactly why people cannot afford healthy food. Healthy food is actually expensive, even for the people who are not in need of food stamps. That is exactly what it is. And this lady actually goes on to insinuate that she cannot watch people misusing her taxpayers' money. How much of your taxpayers' money actually goes to food stamps? Some people actually did the math there, and it's about 1% of the taxes that actually goes to food stamps. And the funny thing is that, yeah, it is a good thing actually, taxes going to help the needy, because it's not only the people who have so many kids who are dependent on food stamps. Ex-military veterans actually need food stamps. Some of them, disabled people do actually depend on food stamps. This is helping also the elderly people. They actually do need SNAP benefits. It's not only the people who have so many kids, as you're saying, trying to mock them. It's a lot of people who are actually depending on these social benefits. And if the taxes are actually going to this cause of feeding people who are in need, it's a good thing. Are you happy, MAGA, with your tax dollars actually going overseas and bailing out another country? Because the last time I checked, the orange man actually sent over $40 billion to Argentina. Yet American farmers who have been crying and crying for bailouts, and they have gotten nothing. Yet another country is getting $40 billion, a country that is actually in competition with American soybean farmers, and then after getting the money, what did they do? they actually sold their soybean cheaper to China, and that actually is hurting American soybean farmers. I thought MAGA actually voted for America First policies. I thought you wanted a great America. Is this the great America that you actually wanted? Because if you actually want to complain about taxpayers' money going in the wrong places, those are the things that you should be complaining about. But you guys want to come here and complain about people on welfare. You want to come here and complain about people who are using food stamp money on food. This is really hilarious. What is there to complain about? Food stamp money is supposed to be spent on food. It doesn't matter what kind of food it is. And who is you to actually tell people what they can buy and not buy? Because as far as they're concerned, it's their money, it's their benefit. They can buy whatever they want as long as it's food, whether junk food or healthy food, whatever. That is their own decision to make. But you coming here from an entitled, privileged spot and trying to complain about it, it doesn't actually make sense. And that's why a lot of people actually have been putting you guys in your places, and you deserve exactly what they're saying. Yeah, it is what it is. You F around, you find out. Let me know, guys, what do you think about today's episode? Do you think these women deserve to be put in their places? Leave me a comment down below of your opinion of today's episode. And if you like to watch another video, another episode like this one, just click the link down below in the description. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, see you in the next episode.